Hello everyone, my name is Carolyn if you don't already know me, and this is actually part 6 of my hair care journey. If you haven't seen the last 5 videos, then you're definitely going to be way behind, so down in the description box I have linked part 1 through 5. So now that we've gotten through that, you've already seen the title of this video, and it is going to be something along the lines of holistically healing your anemia. And I wanted to film this video because it's something that I did and I got success from. This is what my hair looks like now, and I actually today just got it cut. I got about a ½ inch. I told her just to do a little trim, but I regularly get trims because I don't like to have a lot of split ends. The main reason for me wanting to do this video is to help other people figure out a holistic way to treat your anemia. Because when I went to the doctor and when I was diagnosed with anemia, I got on iron supplements, and that was 3 iron supplements a day to start off with. And my doctor explained that I would be on these iron supplements until my iron levels went back up. And then I would slowly wane off of it and then just be off of it. And that's when I went on to prenatal vitamins. My doctor advised me to use prenatal vitamins instead of a normal multivitamin because it does have more iron than the normal person needs. So I went on those, and then I eventually went off to just taking a daily multivitamin. But I also did a lot of things other than that to make sure that I was getting enough iron that I needed, and different habits throughout my life that made it a holistic approach to healing my anemia. I personally feel like iron supplements aren't enough to fully heal your anemia. What you need to do is find the root cause of why you have anemia and go from there. So if you don't fix the root cause, then even when your iron levels are high and you are off iron supplements, eventually your iron levels are going to go back lower and lower, and you might become anemic again in the future, or you might need to go on iron supplements again. So it would just be a wave instead of just a steady incline and then a plateau, which is kind of what you want. You don't want to have low iron, then high iron, then low iron, then high iron, because that way your ferritin levels are never going to rise and your hair is not going to be able to grow back. So now I'm going to talk about what I personally did to holistically heal my anemia, and I want to emphasize that this is going to be different and look different for every single person that has anemia. There's a reason in which you have anemia, and that might not be the same reason that I have. So doing the same things that I did really might not be what's best for you. To heal yourself holistically, you're going to need to look within and maybe talk to your doctor and try and figure out why you are anemic and not just try and fix the symptoms. So what I think that my personal problem was a combination of a heavy menstrual flow as well as my diet. And before I was diagnosed with anemia, I was eating a vegetarian diet. And so I realized I definitely was not getting enough iron, coupled with the fact that I had a heavy menstrual flow and was losing a lot of blood and iron that way. That kind of was just like a perfect storm. So along with taking my iron supplements, I took a good look at my diet and decided that I wanted to eat meat again so that it would be easier for me to get the iron that I needed. This is by no way means me telling you to change your vegetarian diet to a meat diet. I think it is very, very, very possible for you to get the iron that you need on a vegetarian diet. I personally didn't know how to get that iron through having a vegetarian diet, and I knew clearly what I was doing was not working, so I wanted to change that up. And so I started eating meat about 1 to 2 times a week, And when I say meat, I only mean chicken or turkey. I don't eat red meat, and I don't know if I ever will, but that's just a personal choice, and everybody should do what they feel most comfortable with. It would also be a good idea if you think that it is your diet that is the cause of your anemia and your iron deficiency, to go see a nutritionist and talk to them and figure out what are the best options for you, and you can look at your diet and then how you need to change it. And then for my menstrual cycle, I think I talked about this in either part 4 or part 5, but I went on birth control pills. And there was actually a multitude of reasons why I went on birth control pills. I have other health issues concerning that, but it was also because I had a really heavy menstrual flow, and I didn't want that to keep causing me to have low iron. So I went on birth control pills, and that significantly reduced my flow to normal or light, and I think that's really been something that's significant that hasn't made my anemia come back. I also kind of did a 180 on how I treat my hair and how I look at my hair. It was really, honestly, devastating for me to lose over half of my hair and have to keep chopping it off because it was just so thin. That really put me in a depressed state, and it honestly added so much stress to my life, and anxiety and depression and just lack of self-confidence in how I feel and I feel about myself and how I look. So I did my best to change my mindset on how my hair and how I perceive myself. So I just want to say that I tried my best to stay positive no matter what, and to realize that you are still beautiful without your hair. Like, your hair does not define you at all. So you could be bald and still be just a beautiful person. So you don't need your hair to be confident, you don't need your hair to be beautiful. So that's something, just a whole mind shift. So you can continually work at having better hair and being healthier, but it's also important to know to just love yourself as you are. So I also started doing things like oil treatments and conditioning treatments, and then I changed up a whole bunch of different things like my shampoo and conditioner, as well as I got a satin pillowcase, I got a wooden hairbrush, all these sorts of things that are good for your hair I started to do, and I started to take better care of my hair, and in that way I kind of created a self-love practice to where I was actively doing things to better myself and to better my hair. And so that not only helped me mentally feel better and more positive, but it also helped my hair become more healthy. I actually wrote a blog post on tips and tricks to help you get better hair, things like the hair treatments, or just even like not using heat and not using color on your hair, because those can be really damaging. So adding self-love practices for your hair, and then taking out all the damaging actions that you could do to your hair. I will link that blog down below that you can check out. You also want to make sure that there isn't anything blocking the absorption of iron for your body. So for example, alcohol can block the absorption of iron in your body. So if you drink a lot of alcohol, then you might want to reduce your intake so that your absorption of iron could be better. As well as calcium. Calcium inhibits the absorption of iron. To realize that if you're taking your iron supplement, or if you're eating iron-rich foods, to not have calcium-rich foods with it as well. Instead, a good option would be having a lot of vitamin C-rich foods, because those actually help the absorption of iron. Alright guys, well, I hope you found this video helpful. Please leave comments down below and let us know what are the things that you have done to help your anemia, and what holistic ways you want to try to help raise your iron levels, as well as what you think the cause of your anemia is. I would love to know, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and don't forget to stay positive and know that you are beautiful.